Hi, ladies and gentlemen. This time let's look at Border's new release, a 1/35th scale Crusader Mk.II tank, as it appeared at the Battle of Tobruk, with a nice illustration on the box art, and one side with the computer rendering, while the box end is the same illustration and the title of the kit. And this side shows the 3 painting scheme features inside the kit. Now let's check the contents. Some poly caps, 1 bag, 2 bag, and 3 bags of small parts, 1 sprue, 2 sprues, and a bag of photo etch parts, and 3 sprues. And this bag contains 2 identical sprues, and the bottom of the hull, and the instruction. Now let's look at sprues closely. First of all, we have a sprue of mainly the wheels, and some spare tracks, and some storage bins. And we can see the molding is very sharp and clean. There appears no sink marks, or the flash is very minimal. And the wheels are nice looking. And the details on the small parts are also very sharp and clean. Next, we have the sprue that contains mainly of the upper hull. And we can see the injection is done really well. And the Pioneer tools are also done very nicely. And the side armor skirts are also done really nicely. And one thing particularly caught my eye was the screw heads on the armor plate, which is done in a random form, looking very natural. And then we have this sprue of the main cover for all the suspensions for the wheels. And then the rear of the hull, and some more storage boxes, and then some detail parts such as the exhaust pipes. And the rivets are nicely rendered. Then we come to the sprue contains parts mainly for the turret. The turret is split into upper and lower half. We can see the details on the turrets are nice, except that because of the armor plates is at an angle, the hexagon bolt heads are not as clean as they should be. Otherwise, the injection of the other parts are just as clean and sharp. And there's no sink mark or flash on all of them. The gun barrel is molded in one piece. And also the manets had cast metal texture molded on. And then we have quite a number of small sprues of pins. 12 of them exactly. And they are pins to assemble the individual link tracks. Cutting them off cleanly may be difficult. And then we have a bag of individual link tracks. The molding is nice on this side. Unfortunately, there are ejection marks on the back side of the tracks. Well, one must spend some time cleaning them. And then we have some clear parts. They are nicely molded and look very clear. Then we come to the bottom of the main hull. The injection of the part is again very clean and sharp. All the details on the bottom of the hull are featured. It shouldn't have any problem with it. And lastly, we have a bag of goodies. First of all, we have the special molded machine gun turrets. It's molded in one piece with all the details in 360 degrees. And then we have the metal barrels for one of the machine gun and also the main gun. And then some photo etch parts. The decals look very sharp and clean. The registration is good. And the white appear to be quite solid. And this kit comes with a resin figure of a German soldier. Overall, the sculpting is quite nice. The posture looks quite natural, and the casting is good. Personally, I think the wrinkles of the dress are a little overdone. And this head has a mole on his nose. Otherwise, the sculpting of the hands are really, really nice and look really realistic. Well, and then we have the polycaps. Then let's look at the instruction. The cover featured the illustration of the tank, and on bottom there's a list of sprues and parts. When we open up, there's a short history with some nice photographs. 3 of them. Then we go to step 1, which is the building of the suspensions, the front and the back of the hull, and then the 2-side protective armor of the suspensions, and then the exhaust system, and some other detail parts. Stage 3 continues the building of the details on the hull, and then with all the stowage boxes and driver's hatch. Step 5 is the installation of the upper hull onto the bottom hull. Stage 6 are other details on the hull, such as headlights and stuff. Stage 7 is the assembly of detail parts on the back of the tank. Stage 8 is the oil tank, I suppose. And then the installation of other detail parts on the back of the main hull. Stage 10 is the assembly of the wheels and the tracks. And here is the detail of how to assemble the individual link tracks. And then stage 11 is the installation of the side protective armor for the running gears. And stage 12 is the assembly of the turret. And then all the details on the turret, such as the antennas and lights. And then stage 15 is the assembly of the stowage box on the turret. Stage 17 is the completion of the tank. And then we have the painting guide of one of the version. All the color callouts are using mixed paint. And then there's a range of weathering product they suggest you to use. And it's the same for other 2 painting schemes. And lastly, we have a little advertisement for their sanders. And in the back cover is the line drawing of the tank. All in all, it's a pretty nice kit and should be built into a really nice replica of the Crusader tank. Well, once again, thank you for Hobby Easy to provide the review sample. And thank you for watching. Until next time, bye bye.